Three immediate tests of government accountability are dominating the Zambian news cycle. We're looking at rapid changes to the 2026 electoral rules, intense scrutiny over billions in public spending, and a sudden spotlight on the country's digital rights record. With the August 2026 elections approaching, these separate storylines converge into a single question for young voters. Can the government deliver on its promises while remaining transparent? Inside the National Assembly, lawmakers are fast-tracking the Electoral Process Amendment Bill No. 44 just days before Parliament dissolves. The legislation introduces significant modifications to voter register inspections and proportional representation. It also grants the Electoral Commission of Zambia expanded powers to disqualify parties or candidates ahead of the upcoming race. Meanwhile, Speaker Nellie Moody ruled that several Patriotic Front MPs accused of crossing the floor have not legally vacated their seats due to a lack of evidence. The immediate parliamentary balance holds perfectly steady, but the underlying mechanics of the ballot are changing, and voters have a narrowing window to understand the new system before heading to the polls. This chart shows two massive waves of public spending, the 26.3 billion kwacha supplementary budget alongside 17.8 billion kwacha released in April. Inside the supplementary budget, the largest allocation is 7.4 billion kwacha for agricultural arrears. This graphic tracks the Food Security PAC program, exposing a recently flagged accountability gap. Out of 1.4 billion kwacha in contracts, the government paid 923 million in advance to suppliers who delivered nothing by 2025. Domestic law enforcement is also tracking illicit funds across the city of Lusaka. The Drug Enforcement Commission recently seized properties, a factory, and vehicles in a major money laundering operation involving a foreign national using false identities. Officials point to growing allocations for the Constituency Development Fund and large bridges to prove progress. But with millions lost to undelivered contracts, communities ask if Treasury releases actually build local infrastructure or just enrich corrupt suppliers. On the diplomatic front, President Hakainde Hichilema is in Nairobi for the Africa-France Partnerships for Innovation and Growth Summit. The administration aims to position Zambia as a premier destination for global tech and investment. But this pro-investment narrative collides with the international tech community's sudden withdrawal. RightsCon 26, a major global digital rights conference slated for Lusaka, was abruptly cancelled. Organizers pulled the event entirely, stating the Zambian government required them to ensure full alignment with national values, a demand that sparked immediate international coverage regarding restricted civic space. The fallout leaves the country navigating a sharp contradiction. It is incredibly difficult to attract global innovation capital while signaling that digital freedoms and open discourse are subject to restrictive government conditions. Legislative maneuvers, billion kwacha budgets, and high-profile international summits only matter if they produce tangible results for everyday citizens. If the funds don't reach the ground and fundamental rights aren't secure, the top-line numbers mean very little. Look at your own community. Verify whether the new electoral laws are clear to your neighbors, and check if those massive Treasury releases are actually visible in your local schools, on newly paved roads, and public health clinics.